I'm going live. Oh, I'm going live. Oh, I'm going live because I can, because you can't stop me. All right, this is Dr. Mia Lueth. It is May 15th, 2025. It is 3:43 in the afternoon where I am, which is Eastern Time, USA. And yes, Eastern Time, USA, New York time. I have. See, I buy these barrettes to hide my horns. See, people think I don't know what people think a lot of things about me. It's funny. It's fun sometimes to listen to that kind of stuff. I did get some new lighting in at a thrift shop, so I really only have my budget is nothing. I'm waiting on my windfall, but I'm not gonna wait too much longer. So it's there. It's coming to me. It'll come. Uh, Especially I get pro bono legal services from some things. So there are some things that have been going on, and I try to have music. I try to keep this strictly to music, but music is about so many things on earth. Okay, because music is everywhere, and there are people who listen to it, and there are people who consume it, and there are people who listen and consume, and there are a lot of things that go along with music, and a lot of topics that musicians write about. Some musicians, it's not about real things. It's not about their feelings or emotions. It's about things maybe they see. All songwriters will differ, so there's a wide variety. Um, some people do need to know that I am a qualified 53-year-old doctor, work experience, life experience, and several college degrees. My schedule, if I have the right kind of support, I can keep a regular schedule. I need to buy a microphone. I know I can do. I don't like having to raise my voice because I'm trying to save my voice. Okay, I couldn't stop my hands from causing issues playing guitar, which took me a little while to get over because my guitar was my go-to. If if I couldn't hear anybody else's music, if I was by myself, if I were having an issue, I could always just pick up my guitar and start to play it. And I don't have that because of a functional neurological disorder, which comes along with fibromyalgia, which is very, very painful. Um, which is not psychosomatic. It's not psychosomatic. So some of these words you may need to look up, but I will say it's psychosomatic. I have seen so many doctors, it's crazy. I've been through so much physical therapy, it's crazy. Okay. I have to struggle to find reasons to live. So, you know, I don't necessarily appreciate ignorant people online who think they know better. Some of you think you can't be found, and that's false. Okay. I need to let people know, especially if you're using the World Wide Web, okay, the internet and internet browsers and a lot of things having to do with the internet, all emanated from the United States of America. So there's one country that knows the World Wide Web better than any other country, and that would be the United States of America. So I have to reiterate these things because it is possible to trace where you are. It is possible to trace what you've erased. Okay, you can clear your cache or your cache, depending on how you want to say it. It is a French word, and it should have the um, accent mark on it, which makes it cache. Okay, but some people call it cash, but you know what I mean. There's a lot of things you can do, but somebody who is, let's just say, technological forensic personnel and nerds out and about or not out and about could easily, especially if given proper permission from the government, uh, find you. And nowadays, with cell towers, triangulation is more commonplace. There are things that get saved in your hard drive that you don't know about. There are servers. Okay, so if you have a certain service, right, there are servers, and nowadays in the United States, especially, I'm sure it would be possible for uh, a judge to sign off if there is enough information and evidence to suggest that this would be the right thing to do to have um, companies like in this country Comcast, Verizon, okay, a few other ones. There's a bunch of them, but they're um, communication companies that you're using to access the internet, right? So they might have things in their server that you erased, but were kept on the server. You understand? So I think that some people should actually spend some time doing some teaching of this regular everyday audiences more and more because I mean law enforcement isn't as stupid as you think sometimes. And sometimes it's not law enforcement. I mean, some people who know how to do that kind of thing, maybe they don't have good morals. Maybe they're after you for something, especially if you're doing something illegal and you screw them over. All right. I mean, I'm not suggesting anybody do that. All right. Even if I could, I wouldn't because I'm going to face terrible scrutiny in my life. That's what happens. So, to someone such as myself, I'm never going to be right. I'm always going to get picked on. I'm always going to be nitpicked. I'm always going to be treated as less than until the apologies start to come. So I'll just wait. I will be proved right, and the apologies will come, assuming I'm still here in flesh on earth. I don't want to be here in flesh on earth. I've asked to go home. None of you have given me any good reason to stay. And I remove my protection from a large number of people recently. So your lives will get harder. A lot of people can't take a full heavy dose without it having being of the truth, without it being watered down. Might kill you actually. A lot of us have heavier burdens to bear. A lot of us have spiritual gifts that you might not understand, and you won't ever understand that kind of pain, and that kind of sorrow, and that kind of grief, and that kind of life, and that kind of situation in this world. But I'm still here, so it must not be quite finished yet. I'm expecting support. I should have had it by now. So some of you have to pull your heads out of your ass and wake up. Wake up! Wake up! Okay? I'm not gonna be cute. I got bad lighting. Okay, you see this? Look at this. Look, I got bumpy skin. Okay, I got slightly yellow teeth. I got a big gap here. I'm missing some back here. I got the tooth chip, and I've been drinking tea and coffee and smoke for a good portion of my life. Have not been well taken care of. That's the point. Some people want to compare me to other people, and I'm just like, well, that's not fair, and it isn't right. A lot of you want to look on the outside And there are many people who would say, well, if you look good on the outside, you'll feel good on the inside. Hi, you're getting it wrong. You're getting it wrong. I need my musical brothers to wake up. Okay, the hockey males, you kind of dropped the ball. Many of you certainly had ways to support me, and it doesn't just have to do with money. Most of what I do out of the kindness of my heart, and I don't ask for anything in return. But I can tell you that there are some who think that they are the lead generation, and you have been misled. And that is not the case, particularly the millennials, of which I am not. So you all are going to have to slow your roll. Slow your roll. Right? There's a lot of crap on the internet, especially about spiritual things. And I the universe needs to stop the false information and remove it. And people who know it's false information, step up and take the freaking hit like a grown ass adult. Even if it puts your life in danger, even if it puts you in prison, even if you lose all your friends and your family. That is what is required of you. Right? But I just want some musical people to know, and I know enough of you. I'm concerned. I'm concerned about the way that automatic programs that are meant to put lyrics up for closed captioning for deaf people. Okay, I've seen too much of that where it's not the lyrics and song was quite foul and not family friendly. So I think that all artists and musicians should have somebody check your media accounts, especially on YouTube, where your music is translated into words by an automatic program. Right? One egregious example that I saw was Matchbox 20. Well, I know the words to every single Matchbox 20 song. There isn't a Matchbox 20 song that I can't sing. And I know that there are words that are absolutely wrong. Consider the deaf people a little more. All right? It's just wrong. And one of them so filthy. I quite literally sent them a tweet or an X or a post or whatever you want to call it, and I might resend it. Like, guys, have somebody check in your videos. But I also want to mention to some of the music makers and musical artists and those who I give a shit about your intellectual property. Okay? I mean, I get it. I've had a song stolen from me. They fucked it up so bad, I didn't even bother. It made them look like it made everybody understand how crappy musicians they are, and I didn't want to take credit for that unholy mess that made it on to mainstream radio. By the way, like, it wasn't even worth trying to fight for royalties or recognition because they fucked up that song so badly. I didn't even want anybody to know I had anything to do with it because all they would do was like they would think that I wrote this crap ass motherfucking pile of garbage song. So, I didn't bother. But I get stolen from. So does God, and so do innocent people. There are a lot of unprotected people on the internet. Anyway, push come to shove and go to the federal authorities, which I have on occasion. If you continue to break the law around me, Point blank, there becomes a time when I have enough evidence against you. I will wait that long. I'm an asshole like that. Why? Because I don't need your crap in my life. And you should not be doing those activities because they cause harm. Sometimes to you, sometimes to your family, sometimes to people you don't even know. But a lot of you can't think past yourselves, which is another sign of end times. Okay? It might be the end for 22 million people, but not the rest of you. The end here, in this world. And there's a crapload of them in the wrong timeline. So I am asking the archangels to get their shit together and make sure that everyone is in their proper timeline. Now, if you figured out some secret, that uh, teaches you how to jump timelines, I guarantee you did it without permission. A lot of people think I'm crazy. What's this crazy woman talking about? I mean, I barely get views. There's all kinds of people who come at me. Oh, you got to get more views, and I'm just like, yes, I know. I know I do. But I've done this for free. I've given so much. There's hardly anything left. And you see, all those who say, oh, learn how to manipulate before you get manipulated. Right. Some of you take away people's free will. Not a good idea. Because archangels do exist. And I exist. And I'm in flesh walking around on earth. There's reason some of us, we don't take great pictures. We're not as photogenic. We have it was written in us a long time ago. But my brothers better hear me. And some messengers better make sure that my brothers know what has happened to me. And I was guaranteed a clean out. Well, I'm done. And I'm finished. And I want to ride out. Now, I know how some of you got your financial stability, but not all are guilty of that. Okay? So, those of you who are throwing everybody in the same bag all the time, like all men are selfish pigs, okay? Bullshit. And all women are evil, gold diggers. Bullshit. Yeah, I'm calling bullshit on the crap load of humanity who was not ready for this kind of tech. So you're trying to go after tech when the vast majority isn't even ready for this kind of tech. I do expect heavenly intervention. What if I am one of the fallen ones? What are you going to do about it? Think maybe that might have been part of God's plan? See, some of you are getting caught, placing yourselves above, second rate, third rate. What if I'm a dark one? Some of the things that I've had to handle in my life would kill some of you out there. I'm just speaking the truth. See, you bitch and complain and you want the truth and you want the truth. Okay, and you want it all to be what you think it is. And when you find out that it isn't, then, oh, okay, I'm the problem. Well, the answer to that is no, I'm not. God is not mad at me. And God is not punishing me. And I'm much more powerful than most of you. So I have to spend my time in full, upright discipline. I mean, there are words that I could put out there, but I try and keep it simple. Restraint. And when I get to the point where I go stone cold silent, that's not a good sign for humankind. And I did that in 2013. And the watchers got watched. Anyway, I do suggest that musical artists pay somebody or take your time to do it, or get your friends and family and some fans who are just with you and willing to check across the internet, because some of them are taking your work. Okay, they're taking your work, and AI is using it and crediting other people for it. Okay, yes, AI is not aware of the rules and the laws that govern mankind. A lot of us look younger than we actually are. Some of us go through things so that some of you don't have to. Relief and mercy. If this world has to stop because you all want to quit, keep ignoring the warning signs, we will have a separation. It's coming. It's coming much faster than you all thought. So you can use natural science and natural physics to prove a lot of things. And that does happen quite often. But you can use supernatural rules and laws as well. The law of love. Okay, here's the thing: the law of attraction is being misrepresented. Misrepresented. There's a lot of crap on the internet, and it needs to go bye bye. I do talk to God. Okay, conversations, full bore relationship. But yeah, sometimes I'll call him a dick. That's only because he knows it's not going to hurt him. Okay, I know I can't hurt him. He knows what I've been through. He knows that I have to stay quiet about some things for sometimes years on end until we collect enough evidence and there's no more holes to loop through. Straight freaking wall with zero holes, no matter how clever your lawyer might be. Right. I actually do want him to turn me into a vampire because then I'm apex predator. And he will point out who the guilty in the flesh are. And I will make sure they are gone from this world. He might let me curse fleas and ticks to death. He might. most of you are praying for things for your own sake because you think he's like a genie Santa Claus. Well, he's not. I have literally heard clergy say that God cannot kill, and that is a lie. You understand? Read Holy Scripture, the Bible, for yourselves. Okay? That clergy member was wrong. In Scripture, there is a story about a husband and a wife who lied about having money and tried to hide it. And God killed the husband and then gave the wife a chance. And she continued to lie, and then he killed her. God killed millions of animals and humans in the flood. Some people will say, oh, he can only create, not destroy. Oh, I think not. And even if that were the truth, don't you think that he would be wise enough to make a destroyer? Now, I think that some of you who have made millions off of music, which usually comes from touring, I'm aware of this music industry, should stop what you're doing sometimes and jump on the younger ones and make sure they fucking know all the stupid shit you did and all the regrets you may have and all the things you would do different to save their asses. Some of you got power from a temporary source. Does this look familiar? Well, you've been cut off. I know why. Some of you are beginning to pick up the fact that I might be some short little fat girl, but I'm very dangerous. But not to innocent people and not to innocent life. It does bother me that AI quite literally is taking music. Yeah, Eminem has got that going on all over the place. Like you would think that Eminem has just written, scores and scores and scores and scores and scores of music that is just impossible to, even get your head around. And that's not true. A lot of it is AI. Okay. Now AI has been taking songs that I know because so help me God, I have listened to millions of songs. If I couldn't work in ice hockey, I was like, okay, well then I should like work in the music industry because I'm all about it. That just comes out of me. I'm so music oriented. It's insane. I was created that way. I mean, didn't any of you stop to think that maybe, just maybe, the fallen were meant to fall? Because if he was that perturbed, and if he was that upset, it didn't say it was permanent. Okay, a lot of you are just putting crap in there that doesn't belong in there. A lot of you are misinterpreting. A lot of you are in denial. So I said to Jesus, so that they may believe, brother. But also, yes, there are millions, if not billions, in the river of the river in Egypt called denial. Okay, you gotta look inside before you can start criticizing people outside. I am one tough fucking customer. And I've had it with AI taking people's intellectual property and then making something out of it, or just crediting it, crediting online, well, whoever it decides it wants. I did not, I purposely did not, with my genius brain, by the way, proven. I could have a shitty day and get no sleep and still score over 120. Yes, with my genius brain, which is nothing like AI. I purposely did not get involved with AI for every good, great reason. And some of you complaining about quantum. Well, you don't even understand quantum. This is why you're complaining. See, a lot of you complain because you feel inadequate. Well, that may not be other people making you feel inadequate. All right? Do the work this way before you try and put it on everyone else. Okay? It could be, you could be being manipulated. You could be, there could be a spiritual situation that is occurring with you. All right? These things, but you got to understand, right? I'm not afraid to die. I don't run from the pain. I don't run from my life. I volunteered to be in this world. I am speaking truth to you. I won't be ignored anymore because, God damn it, many of you went, whoa, look, a gate open. Yeah! No, wrong one. Some of my musical brothers, I mean, it took me a good 10 years to sort through all the hockey loving people on earth. And it was difficult, but there were very few of the males who got attached to by the claws of a hurt bitch. Okay? Very few. Unfortunately, in the music industry, holy shit, fellas. And some of you think, the trick to think that you are now empowering them. Okay? Your eyes shall be open. There you go. Open your eyes. Yep, like this. Like this. This is not a sign of the devil. You shut your faces. Shut your yaps. So I'm telling, commanding, whether you see this video or not, a lot of the bullshit shall be expelled from this world. And the creators of the bullshit shall be expelled from this world. Okay? Falling is nowhere near as big an issue as being sent out into the outer darkness. I am trying to give you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Now, there is something about the movie Stargate. It's an older movie. And when I saw it, before they even got to that part of the movie, I'm like, yeah, you got 7 points. You got this one and 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 this one. Oh, but you got one in the middle. So there is some stuff now on YouTube with the cross. 1 point, 2 point, 3 point, 4 point. And they're saying 5th point. No, it's 7. because there's one behind and one in front. Some of those are portals to trap you. You better let my brothers out, or I tell him to erase you from existence. He will deliberate, but I will have enough proof to show that you have harmed enough innocent to do that. I'd never go to him without proof. And I will let some shitty things happen to me to stick with it long enough to get proof. In my life, I've been raped, I've been tortured, I've been stolen from, I've been lied to. Somebody tried to blow up my car. Okay? And see, now, if my brother wants me to sing, that's what's going to end up happening. They need to get me a band together. That's what's being worked. So I'm just telling my musical friends and anybody who has musical friends, I would be checking all over the internet for your intellectual property. See, AI is not required in any country to follow human law, which is why I did not, with my genius brain, try and get involved with AI. Yes. Okay, smart robotics, absolutely. Because there's a lot of stuff that can be done, including medically, where, laser is much more precise, the machinery much more precise. Okay, it helps surgeons by like a landslide amount of time because the surgeon can switch out. The surgeon can run the machine, but the surgeon can switch out. There's less people in there, so there's in an operating room, so there's less bacteria, germs. Okay, fewer people are needed, fewer nurses, fewer such and such are needed. I mean, camera dogs can run into things where humans can't go. I mean, it just makes sense. All under the control of human beings. I am not in the matrix. I sometimes do. I call God a dick. And he knows why. Because I am tired of looking at some of you humans who want to blame it on Satan, blame it on me, blame it on God, blame it on Rio. When it is actually you, the human, and there is no other influence on you. You understand? Because we check for that shit. And this is some help from a nearby brother. Angels, send those messages. Pick up your assignments. Music, house music, dudes. Many of you got vamped on by something that is so ugly on the inside. It is just gross. And you got duped by witchcraft. The problem with that witch is, and don't become an I made those rules. Talk to the creator of all things before you attack me again. If you remove, by way of witchcraft, somebody's free will, you lost your protection. And you get removed from any particular book. Some of you never made it to the book of life. And those of you who did, yes, you can have your name removed from the book of life. Read Revelation, which is singular, by the way. Hate me because I'm telling you the truth. Fine. attack me, something meaner and bigger, far more unfriendly than I, will hunt you down. Brothers, see with my eyes the kind of females you're dealing with. So time to fuck around. Certainly no time to ignore me. Alright? It is coming. There will be a separation. Confirmed.